All right, so I'm going over these VHS that we picked up for free on Facebook, and there's a few reasons why we picked these VHS up. So first off, when you're looking at this picture, this was the only picture that they had, and right away, I could see Black Sheep, and that's a cool movie. So there's a possibility that there's some good movies in here. I see a Billy Madison. You don't really come across Billy Madison. You'll come across Waterboy, Big Daddy, and Wedding Singer. Feel like you don't find Billy Madison as much. And Happy Gilmore is a little bit, you don't find that one either, but I say Billy Madison is more rare. I mean, they're not really that rare, but speaking of Adam Sandler movies, there is this blockbuster clamshell. I couldn't tell what movie this was, but it's hard to find the clamshells, and this one has the new release paper in there, so that's pretty cool. They would take that off after a while, and it would just be the blockbuster shell. Also, I see underneath that there's a used blockbuster sticker that's underneath Black Sheep. So there's a possibility there's more blockbuster movies. If so, there are probably some decent titles. Also, looking at this, I see this Jimmy Neutron Nickelodeon. A lot of times, we never found Jimmy Neutron, maybe in a clamshell, but that's about it. That seems a little bit rare, so I was very interested in this. Second thing was location. This one was about 10-minute drive from where we live, so it's not really going too far out of the way to get it. A lot of times, you'll see some free VHS. I was trying to find a picture of a one we had an example of, but there was some free movies. The town's about 30-40 minute drive from here, but there wasn't great titles. If it was 10 minutes, I would have swooped it up as quick as possible, but 40 minutes, that turns into an hour and a half. So I just didn't have enough time to go pick up these movies that I might have 3 or 4 copies already of. um so yeah, location is a big thing, and the titles, if they're older, 50s, 60s, sometimes I pick them up. Those movies can be, diamonds in the rough, or sometimes I watch them and I'm like, dang, that was a good movie I've never heard of. But I would say how far this one was and seeing the cool titles. But yeah, we're gonna go through them right now.
Here's the tote that they came with. It was actually organized different when we got it, and she also gave this bag of VHS. So let's go through the bag real quick. So we got a Weekend at Bernie's right here. This one is actually pretty clean. We have an Addams Family. Looks a little rough there. We have The Rock. We got Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery. We have Doug. So, we actually don't find any Doug out there. So, that's pretty cool to find. And it has the old Nickelodeon symbol on there. Let's see what year this is made. I think this says 93. So, as a kid, I watched a lot of Doug. So, that is pretty cool. Going Overboard. So, Going Overboard is Adam Sandler's early movie. It's not very popular. I have found it on DVD, but I have never found it on a VHS. So, I don't think the movie is very good, but I have not seen it in a long time. We have The Animal. That is a blockbuster Rob Schneider movie. I really liked that movie when I was growing up. I used to watch that one a lot. And of course, there is Big Daddy. So like I said right away, I saw the Adam Sandler movies on top, and so yeah, here is 9 Months, and another copy of Big Daddy. So somebody was an Adam Sandler fan. We have a Little Mermaid recorded. We have a Beethoven. That is an old rental. There's one or two more in this baggie. Save the Last Dance. Another blockbuster. See, this was from '02. We have Captain Corelli's mandolin with Nicolas Cage and Penelope Cruz. So Penelope Cruz was pretty smoking back then. So now we're going to go through the bin here real quick. So I'm just going to push these down and see what we have here. So this is the one that I was talking about on there. It's got the Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron. So I wonder what year this is from. It says 2004. So that is pretty cool. It has the newer Nickelodeon where it just says Nick. We have never came across that kind of title. So that is cool. Here is a Pleasantville Blockbuster copy. You know, this is a really great movie. I do reference this movie a lot to people and ask if they have seen it. I always thought it was cool. And I like the premise of this movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch Pleasantville. This was from 2005 that they sold it. So that's kind of pretty late because I believe this is a late 90s release. 98. So there you go. Pleasantville. Let's see here. Nutty Professor. So we have Heartbreakers, which they never actually opened all the way. I mean, I believe that this, yeah, it is previewed. But this does have Jennifer Love Hewitt in it. You know, recently they had shown how Jennifer Love Hewitt looks now. And, you know, time does change you. And she looks a little different, but she still looks the same. But in this movie, she is really pretty. But here we go. Yeah, this one was sold in 2001. So I believe this movie, yeah, 2001. So there you go. Heartbreakers. We do find this movie kind of often. It's not worth very much. It's okay movie, I guess. We have Rugrats, A Decade in Diapers. So that's cool. We find Rugrats here and there. This looks like a little bit newer, 2001. Heavyweights. This is a great movie. If you know it, this is like a cult classic. I don't know what you call it, but I believe this is the one that has Ben Stiller in it. So yeah, this movie is great. Yeah, Judd Apatow. Love this movie. I believe we have a heavyweight copy that's not in the clamshell. I prefer it not to be in the clamshell because I feel like these all get really bent and damaged, and I just like the regular old style of a movie like this. That's what I like. So probably get rid of that one and keep the one I have that's... We have Shrek. You find Shrek a lot. And a lot of people have this movie. It was super popular. And it's like in a big box, so a lot of times it is beat up because it didn't match any of these other movies. But, you know, I watched Shrek maybe a year ago. It was pretty good. I've seen it numerous times, but we have Total Recall. We have a Star Wars. I feel like every time we pick up a free lot, there is Star Wars in there. So these are a lot of common movies. We have Alien, Deep Cover, and Universal Soldier. I like Universal Soldier. It has my boy, Jean-Claude Van Damme. We have Godson here. You know, I don't know if we find this one much. Maybe once in a while. But yeah, Godson. What else do we got here? We got a movie that says Christmas movies. So, this one, take a look at and see what's going on with that one. Mrs. Doubtfire. I believe this one, everybody has a copy of that. Independence Day, same with this. So this, as you can tell, was like the what was poppin' movies. Evolution, though. You know, I didn't find this movie forever. And now it's like the third copy I've gotten recently. The scene where he's, you know, they say, oh, we gotta cut his leg off. That is hilarious. Rush Hour. Cool movie. Fievel Goes West.
The star of the movie, An American Tail, Fievel Goes West at Pizza Hut.
Let's go!
Get your kids a pizza pack, including a personal pan pizza with their favorite topping and one of three collectible cups, just $2.99.
I'll never forget this kid.
Making it great.
Yes. Welcome to Mooseport. So I had a copy of this on DVD, and this was like 10 years ago when I had like just a little stack of movies and I would just watch them all the time. So I watched this movie a lot. It's decent. It's, welcome. I might watch it to give it, an old throwback. You don't see Ray Romano in many movies, so that's what's kind of interesting about this. We do have a copy of Scarface, so they must have had somebody that was into that. Along came Paulie. All I really remember too much about this movie is the basketball scene, where the guy's like super sweaty. If you know that scene, I should put it in here real quick.
Can we switch?
I'd rather not, dude. I just found out how to cover this man right here.
Okay. Come on, let's play.
But yeah, that is gnarly. Return of the Jedi Special Edition, that's cool. Batman Forever. You find all these together, they can do pretty well. Well, not well, 15, 20 bucks. But the Santa Claus, you will find this movie a lot. It is not worth much. Clueless, it's a little rough. I find this movie here and there. It doesn't have too much value on it. It is a cool movie. I've seen it numerous times. You probably have too. But Clueless, Alicia Silverstone, and Brittany Murphy and Stacey Dash. So there is a bonus music video. So maybe I'd be interested in that. Meet the Parents. This is a previewed blockbuster movie. Very popular when it came out. You can kind of see what's in here now. I don't know that movie. The Flintstones. Another one of those. Lucky 13. So this is a like newer Rugrats. I don't know much about that, but I'm not really interested into that. 2004. Liar Liar. So I watched this, I don't know if it's Joe Blow or somebody that did a thing about Jim Carrey in this movie. So I want to give it a rewatch. And I love The Truman Show. I love a lot of his movies. And so I want to watch this one again. A League of Their Own, this is a great movie. I've seen it so many times. Great movie. We got Robin Hood. This is rough. We have a Godfather, a Speed. This is in there all the time. And Titanic, Ever After. Here's one of my movies I like a lot. Blast from the Past. I think I've got a few copies of that one now. Let's see. We got a Pokemon. Baby Geniuses. What else we got here? We got Up in Smoke, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Animal House. Somebody was really, oh, that's not it. So there's a different movie in here, but somebody was really writing fancy. We have Mooch Goes to Hollywood and George, the Canine Combo. All right. We have Rush Hour 2. Alright, so there's another Rush Hour 2. So this is what I'm saying. This is the new release clamshell. It's pretty cool. If you remember the back of these when you were younger. So this one, yeah, just a nostalgia right there, just looking at the back of one of those. We have Jack Frost, The Mask, Waterboy. Oh, it's got an indentation there. Let's see this movie looks. Oh yeah. This thing got smashed in. Might still play, but we got Sweet Home Alabama. We got Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. You know, I just watched this again for the first time in a long time, and it was decent. You don't see a lot of Lisa Kudrow in any movies. Black Sheep. You know, I watch Tommy Boy a lot. Maybe I should give Black Sheep a rewatch. Days of Thunder. When I first started getting back into VHS, it was like 5 years ago, I got a copy of Days of Thunder. Now I find it all the time. But Riding in Cars with Boys, Drew Barrymore. I remember my mom had a copy of this on DVD, but it was not a movie I wanted to watch. Forrest Gump, you will find that a lot. We have a Billy Madison. There we go. This is what I was talking about. The one you don't find much. And we have Jason Goes to Hell. This is probably the third time I have found this movie. This one is actually pretty dang clean, though. The last one I got was a little bit more rougher, but, I mean, you list it on eBay. It sells pretty quick. You know, this one's clean. Maybe I'll think about keeping it. I'm not sure. We have Hot Shots. Austin Powers. So you will find Austin Powers a ton in lots you get for free, or you buy a big old lot. It'll be in there. What Women Want. I like this movie. This is a a romantic comedy. It's a good one. This one's special edition. I don't know if I've seen this version, but What Women Want. We have Indiana Jones. You know, the guy at work was just telling me, hey, the new Indiana Jones is on Disney Plus, free streaming, or whatever. It's streaming on there, so I might be giving that a watch. Kindergarten Cop. We have the comedies. Great. We just found a copy of like an early release of this. But there you go, Kindergarten Cop. Dr. Dolittle 2. Hit the Spot Gold Series. I'm not even sure what this is. Miss Congeniality. I feel like we found a lot of that recently. What do we got here? Model Behavior. It's spelled funky. Pros and Cons. I know I have numerous copies of this movie. So yeah, we have numerous copies of a lot of these. When we got that free haul from an old rental store, there must have been 5 or 6 of this movie in there. Never sold a copy of it, and I've never watched it. Larry Miller, he can do pretty good. I like him when he's in Seinfeld. Happy Gilmore. I like this movie. This is like a comfort movie for me. I can put this one on and Wedding Singer and just chill, do whatever I'm doing, watch a few minutes, come back, don't matter what scene it's at. Good movie. Something About Mary. Oh yeah, this is a good movie. This is the Farrelly brothers, so I'm sure you know this movie. Cool though. We have Star Wars. And we have The Brothers. You know, the movie I like that's kind of similar to this is The Wood. That's a cool movie. There's a scene in there when she's like, I don't know how you dance in North Carolina, but this is how we dance over here. If you know it, you probably remember it. But yeah, some pretty cool movies. There's a few I'm excited about. Few I'm gonna keep. Few I'm gonna send off. Yeah,